Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Face the Black Nation. All right. So, what I want to talk to you about is these two individuals, Blueface and Chrisean. Now, rumor has it, allegedly, is that Chrisean is pregnant with his baby, with Blueface baby. Now, Blueface, if you haven't seen the video of him going off, him talking about the double standard between men and women and how women, they don't have to do much. All they need to do is just provide their bodies, and they're able to go on expensive trips and do things like that, being able to be flown out. Whereas a man, he has to have himself together so that he can be able to travel. And then he's over here fussing, talking about that he is not the child's father. He is not Chrisean's baby daddy, because, you know, she goes around and I guess she sleeps around with multiple men. Now, these two individuals represent the dysfunction of the black community. These two individuals are toxic for each other because, if I'm not mistaken, there are videos of them whooping on each other as if they don't have any problem with doing that. She hits him, he hits her. They like to engage in some form of narcotics, which is what the rumor has it, that they do perform in that. And that the young lady Chrisean, she does do a lot of consumption of alcohol. Now, here's my thing. Because as you can see in the photo, it does look like there is a baby inside of her. Now, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to just say this. I pray for the little baby. I pray for that unborn child. Because I would not be surprised if Chrisean, because see, she's on a reckless path, that she will stop consuming alcohol. That child is going to come out with all type of disabilities, fetal alcohol syndrome, and other little problems that the child is going to come out with, probably scoliosis, you know, things to that nature, all type of problems, because he is being incubated inside of a woman, a female, not a woman, but a female who does not care about herself. Now, see, she likes to walk around with one tooth missing. She likes to behave in reckless behavior. She is what you call a strag, a 304 strag, who walks around being bad, who walks around being just very dysfunctional, and every type of word, meaning of the word dysfunction. Now, this child is going to be brought into this world by a dysfunctional family. The man Blueface, he's not even a man. He's a boy. It's just that his age says that he's a man, an adult. He's still doing his partying. He's tatted up all over the place on his face, just like Chrisean is tatted up all over the place. Both of them, they are a match made, but see, here's the problem. It seems like Blueface, he has more of a sense, some sense, than Chrisean. Now, I remember listening to Angry Man video yesterday, and he was saying that he thinks that Chrisean, she could be faking it. And the reason being because she used to be a star athlete. She did not used to behave this way. And then all of a sudden she gets with this guy. She's starting to behave in such a derogatory manner. She started behaving in a way that makes you question her mentality. Now, she could be faking this. She probably could be. Because remember, she has assaulted her hairdresser, her hairstylist, for no apparent reason at all. So it made people just think, like, why in the world would you do that? Like, what is the purpose of you acting a fool all the time? There is no reason unless you over here trying to purposely make yourself seem like you're this bad and tough individual when really you are not. You just a girl who is over here trying to behave in a manner that makes people want to question you and that makes you relevant to the world, because what is it that she has going beside herself besides being with Blueface? It's not like Blueface is some awesome artist out here. I don't even know what type of music that he makes. I don't even know what type of song that he has out here. The only thing that I know about him is that he is always in a situation with this girl, and that they are always being in a erratic behavior because they have some type of issues going on. Remember my video yesterday? I was talking about mental illness. I was talking about how over 7.5 million of our people needs to be undiagnosed, and that was from the stats from 2005. So that number is a lot higher. However, black women, they suffer 2-to-1 ratio in form of depression. So this girl, she could be suffering from some form of depression, but she is not taking any type of medication to help her with that. What if she is bipolar? I'm just saying, because of her behavior, the way how she is acting. What if she is a schizophrenic? You just don't know, because again, her behavior is all over the place, whereas his behavior is all over the place as well, and he could be suffering from it too. But let's remember that he has a toxic mother as well. His mother is the one that went on and to say that her son's male genitals is a lot bigger than her boyfriend. Now, what mother goes on a TikTok or whatever it was something that she did on social media, recorded herself, and then want to sit up and to say that, oh yeah, my son, his malehood is a lot bigger. Who does that? That lets me know that she obviously did something to her son when he was little. That obviously lets me know that she is still trying to do something to her son, which is the reason why he might be acting out. See, we don't talk about the predators, the female predators as well in the black community. There are a lot of female predators in the black community who harms our little boys. That's the reason why our boys, they grow up and they act out as well. Our boys, they grow up and then they are overly sexualized because their mothers or their aunts or their grandmothers have done something to them. That does happen in the black community. It's just that it is not spoken of. There are a lot of sexual women who are predators out here on this earth. It's just that people don't even look at it as the same way as they do with men who are predators as well. So who is to say that Blueface is acting out because of what his mother is doing? Because see, there was a video of him and his mother, and the way how she was talking to him, she was basically talking down on him. She was not talking to him as a mother is supposed to nurturally talk to her child, to her son. See, this is why I say it's a repeated cycle of dysfunction that goes on in the black community, and it is something that is hard to break. It is something that our people do not have the sense to say enough is enough. There is too much of the ratchetness. There's too much of the ignorance that is being paraded and yet celebrated. We see in the music industry that it is being celebrated. We see in the music industry, all they do is talk about sex. All they do is talk about drugs, and all they do is talk about money. Now, there's nothing wrong with getting money, but that the only thing they always talk about the love of it. That's the problem. There's nothing wrong with money. You need money. It's always good to make money. But the way how they talk about it is the love of money. That is what they are talking about. They don't have any sense to do. They don't know what to do with the money, which is the reason why they go broke. See, when you have the love of it, you will end up eventually going broke for it. Because you're constantly trying to get that and to pursue that in a matter of stepping over other people. But going back to what I was saying is that as far as with the drugs, that is what they promote in the music. And then they have a bad influence upon our children. Now, see, the way how music goes, it used to be something encouraging back in the 80s when it came to hip hop. Hip hop, they talk about the struggle, the grind that they had to go through in order to feed their families. Hip hop, the brothers was talking about the things that they had to undergo when to deal with their family members and everything that they had to do in order to get money. And also they was talking about how to keep the youth off of the street, how not to be on those any type of narcotics, how they wanted children to go and to pursue their education, to go to school. That this has changed because right now they're teaching our young girls on how to have how to get rid of a child, delete her unborn baby, how they over here talking about there's nothing wrong with you being a loose woman. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what they're over here talking about. You see so many female rappers and they all rap the same thing, which is derogatory, and it shows that they don't have any respect for themselves. So how in the world can you call yourself a queen when you don't respect yourself? No one should go around talking about you are a queen when you behave in ratchet behavior. A queen does not behave that way. I already talked about how a queen is supposed to behave. She is a lady. She has commanders. She has a government. She has people that pays her the taxes. That's what she has. And not only just that, she has a king. And if she is a queen by herself, she has nothing but men around her to help guide her, because if not, people will try to overthrow her because she is a woman without a king. But most queens, they have a man, which is a king. Now, see, going back to this Chrisean and her Blueface, her on again, off again boyfriend, it really is sad, because we are watching a train wreck, and people do enjoy seeing train wrecks, but this is a train wreck that we should not want to enjoy watching. When Chris Brown came out talking about some everyday, everyone look and laugh at Blueface and Chrisean beating on each other, but yet they want to constantly bring up his past that took place when he was 18 years old. And he is correct. People have no problem watching these two beat up on each other. People have no problem watching these two get drunk with each other, because there was an interview with Blueface and Chrisean when they was talking to Mike Tyson, and she was over here, don't do me like that, saying something crazy like that when he asked Mike Tyson, are you married? She was acting very hostile towards him, and he was like, okay, I got you. She was acting very hostile towards him. And for what? See, this is the way how black women behave when they are in a relationship with a man. They act very hostile towards him, as if he did something to her, when really he should be getting clear as far away from you. That's what he should be doing. He should be getting as far away from you as quickly as possible because of your toxic behavior. That's the thing. We are seeing dysfunction. We are seeing two individuals, because if I'm not mistaken, allegedly it was said that Chrisean's parents were on the narcotics as well. That is what was allegedly said that about her parents. And if I'm not mistaken, Blueface, there's a video of Blueface putting hands on her father, because I guess he was trying to put hands on him, so he put hands on him back. And the father was trying to tell Blueface he don't like the way how he's treating his daughter and all this other type of stuff. And Chrisean, she didn't say anything, but she was just laughing. We have two people who comes from dysfunctional, broken family households, and then they come together and now they have a child in the mix. He is saying that it's not his child, but I would not be surprised if it is his child. I hope that he could do some type of intervention. The both of them need intervention right at this point. The both of them really do. Somebody needs to intervene, and they need to talk to these people ASAP, because now there is an innocent child in the mix of this. And that child is going to end up suffering because you have two so-called adults who behaving like children. Children with no home training. They don't have any training at all, and which is the reason why they're behaving in such a reckless manner. If they really are the personification as to how the black community is, and then the black community had the nerve to want to get upset when other people want to sit up and say, look at what you guys are doing. No, we should not be getting upset. Now, I know not all black people behave in this behavior. I know that we all do not behave like this. I know that. But it is too many of these Blueface and Chrisean that is out here in the black community that are the representative for us, and we need to make a change with that. I am sick and tired of having ignorant black people like this being the focal point, being the representative of the black community, because not all of us are reckless like this. There are plenty of us that comes from a two-parent family family home. There are plenty of us that was raised by good parents who taught us common sense and logic and taught us how to behave so that we could be civilized adults contributing to society. That is what we have. There are some of us that behave in a civilized manner. But we have too much of those who are extremely dysfunctional walking around, too much of those who have mental illness walking around and they're not being properly diagnosed. We have too much of that. And then these are the same individuals bringing children into the world, which is contributing to the destruction of the black community. This is the reason why we will not be able to advance, because we have too much of this going on. We have two individuals, Chrisean and Blueface, who are reckless with their lives, who do not care about what they do with themselves, who always partying, they're always engaging in drinking, and they're always engaging in some form of narcotics. You cannot tell me that they're not doing any type of narcotics, because of their behavior says that they are. They are behaving erratically. Very erratic. And it really is a shame that there is a young child that is in the mix of this. It really is a shame, and I feel for that baby. I hope that if she has this child, that CPS comes in and take that child away from her, so that that child can at least have some saving grace, can have some type of grace, so that he can survive or she can survive and be in a loving two-parent family home, because that child does not deserve to belong with her, because she is very reckless. She is very reckless. She is going to be a horrible, horrible mother. She's going to be a horrible mother. An absolute horrible mother. There is nothing that you can tell me. There is nothing that you can say that is going to make me believe that she is going to be a decent woman, that she is going to automatically change just because she's pregnant. No, she's been on that reckless path before she was pregnant, and she's going to stay on that reckless path while she is pregnant. And I feel so sorry for that innocent child. See, this is what happens. We bring in the children and we don't even think about the child. You bring children in the world and you don't even think about its well-being, its safety, its protection. That's the reason why you hearing so many stories of black women who give birth to children are deleting their children because they don't care about their children, and they didn't care about how they wanted to raise them. That's why you have one so-called black woman who had children. She left all three of her children at home for 2 months while she was somewhere down in Alabama laying up with a pookie. That's what we got going on in the black community. This is what we have. And I'm tired of it. I am tired of it, because we just got too much of this nonsense going on. And they are the face of the black community when they should not be the face of the black community. And what makes it even worse is that you have other black women who is supporting this behavior. You have black women who is supporting this type of toxic behavior, and yet they have the nerve to get mad and upset at black men when black men wants to point this nonsense out. Come on now, black woman, you cannot be this far gone. Black women, you just cannot be this far gone. But you know what? I'm just going to sit up and say I truly believe that black women are truly that far gone. Because black women today, they don't know how to behave. They don't know how to be a woman. They don't even know what the meaning of the word woman is. They don't know what it means to be a lady, to be modest, to be decent, to have self-control. They don't know what that is and what that means. But yet they always want to talk about, oh, I should be able to do this. It's my body. I should be able to do that. And you shouldn't tell me what I should do with myself and with my body. Well, you know what? We should, because you're bringing about destruction within the black community. Remember the video I had talked about that there as to how many of the children that they have deleted before they were born since 1973. Over 19 million. Our numbers will be somewhere within the 16 to 20%. But the Abortion amongst the black community is the number one thing that is really deleting our people. That is what it is. It is abortion. The genocide in the womb. So that is all that I had to say about this situation. I really do feel sorry about this doggone child. I absolutely indeed do, because this child is already suffering. This baby, unborn baby, is already suffering because he or she has two terrible parents, horrible parents. And they don't have the ability nor the sense on how to behave as an adult in order for them to be loving, nurturing adults for that child.